Alright, y'all, welcome to Roots in Real Estate. My name is Gracie Frizzell, and I am a realtor in Northwest Arkansas with Collier and Associates. So, we are going to start a 3-episode series on my home suite how-to guide. Welcome home. This is great for first-time home buyers. If you've never bought a home before, this guide completely outlines it all, starting from pre-approval, credit, budgeting, and all the way to closing. So if you guys want a copy of this, please feel free to reach out to me. My phone number is 501-690-3868. Text me, call me, and I would be more than happy to get this sent over to you. Now, we are going to start off with pre-approval and budgeting on purchasing a residential residence. So let's get started. So first off, Northwest Arkansas is an awesome place to live, right? So whether you're in state or out of state, a lot of people are moving into this area because it's just very diverse and people just want to live here. There's lots of job opportunities, especially with all the corporate market up here, including JB Hunt, Walmart, Tyson, George's. You've got Simmons Foods over in West Siloam. So, and don't forget to mention all of like the fun activities you can do. So like the bike trails, you've got Beaver Lake. It's just a really cool place to be. So, when we think about purchasing a home in Northwest Arkansas, you cannot go wrong, first off, in purchasing Northwest Arkansas, strictly for the reason that you're investing not only for your present, but also for the future. It has been a very healthy market here, especially for probably the last 10 years, I would say, in Northwest Arkansas. Appreciation is there, new construction is on the rise. It's a great place to invest, and I understand that sometimes renting can be a great short-term goal in order to gain a home and purchase a home, but renting is always 100% interest. And I understand that the interest rates are not at an all-time low right now, but if we can go ahead and get in that house that you're looking for that meets your criteria, with a decent interest rate, a fair interest rate, it will be better off in the long run. That way we can lock in the purchase price of the home, and that way we can refinance later. Okay? So let's get started on this first episode series. We're talking about pre-approval and budgeting. So what do you think about whenever we budget for a home? First, we've got to know what our budget is, and that's where pre-approval comes into play. So, pre-approval letter, that helps us kind of get a foot in the door on what to look for, and it also helps us, the seller, know that you are a serious buyer and financially qualified in order to purchase a home. The other thing we want to look at is our credit. So we want to make sure that we are paying off all bills, whether it's utility bills in our rental property at the present moment, whether it's our credit card bill, whether it's our student loans, whether it's our car loan. We want to make sure that we are paying off those loans at the proper own time, right? So a good credit score is really the first step in being able to purchase a home. We want to make sure the lender knows that you're going to pay off your bills. So one way you can check your credit is to look at the free service like Credit Karma. The other thing in regards to a pre-approval letter is also finding a lender that you trust that can get you that pre-approval letter. So with that said, if you do not have a lender, I would love to give you some recommendations. Shoot me a call or text or an email, and I can get those recommendations over to you. So whenever we know our budget, whenever we are ready to shop, I know everybody kind of window shops when they're first looking for houses. You Google homes in Prairie Grove or homes in Fayetteville, 2,500 square feet, blah, 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 blah. But whenever you are really serious about purchasing a home, I highly recommend you've got to lock down a realtor. So what a realtor does is they are able to key in on your criteria. That way we know what you're looking for, whether it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whether it's 4-bedroom, 2-bath. They also understand the current market, and they understand what is fair market value. So they're going to look at your criteria and your budget and say, this is what we're looking for, whether it's location, whether it's price range, whether it's we want 2,500 square feet, whether we want 3,000 square feet. They're able to look on MLS for you, and also potentially off-market exclusive listings that are just with their brokerage. That way you have your already foot in the door ahead of the game before it's even listed on the market. So being able to have that realtor not only gives you an advantage, but it also gives you somebody that helps with your negotiations. They're going to help you with the paperwork. They're going to help you all the way from pre-approval and budgeting all the way till closing, negotiating price and terms, lining up an inspection for you to make sure that what we're purchasing, we understand what we're purchasing in the home. They're going to help you with repairs. They're going to help you with earnest money. They're going to help you understand all what you're putting into this home and this purchase process. And they're going to be able to deliver that much easier than if you were going at it yourself. So, with that said, a lot of people don't understand what a buyer agency agreement is. So I understand that a lot of people are very hesitant to signing things. I get that. I am too. But here's what you are signing when you sign a buyer agency agreement. You are signing and saying, I want this specific realtor to negotiate on my behalf, negotiate my best interests on what criteria I'm looking for, negotiate all paperwork and negotiations. Hey, and they're also being able to give advice to you as the buyer, especially a first-time home buyer that has not been through this process before, on, yeah, we need to ask for them to help with this repair, after the inspection process. Or they also help you understand, hey, I have a question about an appraisal. Oh, okay, let me help you with that. And so they also are just your advocate and being there for you during the whole process from pre-approval to making an offer to acceptance to negotiation of repairs, from the inspection process, from appraisal to title work to closing. They help you with all of that. So instead of you being on an island on your own, you have an advocate and an expert that has been there and done that before. So that's basically what a buyer agency is somebody that you are, you say, I want to work with this realtor. I want them to negotiate on my behalf. And it also allows us as realtors and as professionals to be able to get paid as a commission that is usually paid by the seller. Okay? So when we talk about budgeting for a home, we want to not only think about the pre-approval and what our home purchase price budget is, but we want to think about the other things, right? Like the blue sky. So we want to think about maintenance. We want to think about yard maintenance. We want to think about how old is the HVAC? Is the roof going to need replaced in 2 years? All of that goes into play when you are looking at purchasing a home, right? So when you are looking at purchasing a 1,200 square foot home versus a 3,500 square foot home, the price is going to be different, of course, but also the cost of ownership is also going to be different. The other thing is you're probably going to want to, buy new furniture. If you're moving from a 2-bedroom apartment into a 4-bed, 2-bath home, you're going to want to purchase furniture to put in those other 2 bedrooms, right? So all of that, kind of consider all of that going into your budget. So your monthly mortgage payment should consist of your principal, okay, your interest. You also want to account for your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. Okay, so sometimes pre-approval may show those, sometimes they won't. So you also want to account for those. And then you also, you may have an HOA due once a year or once a month. Things like that, your realtor can also help with that and be an advocate for you on your behalf. So, home buying tips in the beginning, we want to make sure, we want to be prepared. Being prepared is we want to have strong credit. We want to have a reliable lender, we want to have a clear budget, and we want to have a trusted agent. So, thank you for joining me on this first episode of our Home Sweet How-To Welcome Home Buyer's Guide. Again, my name is Gracie Frizzell, and I am a realtor in Northwest Arkansas with Collier and Associates. You can always look at my information at collierandassociate.com. Also look and see how our brokerage works and what we're about, and we do real estate differently. So like, subscribe, and let's see those comments. Thanks, guys.